Welcome back to Mad Outdoor Adventures. Today I'm going to be working on my wife's anniversary present. Stay tuned. Welcome to Mad Outdoor Adventures, where we'll be in the woods or on the water with our family and friends. Let's find an adventure. Alright guys, so as you know, I got the Barnett, or you know what? You might not know, but if you don't, go watch the video. I'll put a little thing right here to go watch that video. I just got a Barnett 𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫. The wife likes to go deer hunting. She has a regular bow, as I do, and so does my son. But with her, she doesn't feel confident enough in herself, and she's pulling like 30 pounds, and she thinks she needs to pull more. So this year I bought the 𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫 for my son and I to use together, try to get him a deer. So to make sure my wife wasn't left out, I picked her up this Barnett 𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫. So this bow looks exactly the same as the one I got. It comes with the crank, the same scope, the same quiver, the same arrows. The only thing that's different about this one is it's all black and it allegedly shoots 5 feet per second slower. Not a big deal. Everything else is the same as far as I know, but I'll let her dig into the specs once she opens her gift, and we'll go from there. So what I'm going to try to do is spaz it up a little bit, because she loves this Muddy Girl stuff. So I bought some Uncle Buck's Muddy Girl camouflage vinyl. I have vinyled other weapons for her. You guys probably haven't seen them yet, but hopefully one day on the channel you will. It doesn't always come out the greatest. I'm not the best at it, not gonna lie, but it then adds that pink flare that she's looking for, or that she likes. So happy wife, happy life. So what I'm going to be doing today is removing the different components so I can put this Muddy Girl camo on here. So I'm going to have to remove the crank, the grip, the finger guards, the pick-me rails, and the front swivel for a sling. I also got her a Muddy Girl sling for it, and I'll show you guys that later. I'm then going to start putting this Muddy Girl camouflage vinyl on it. Try to get it the best I can. I'm not going to do the whole bow. I'm not going to do the grip because there's too many edges there. So that's still going to be black. I think I'm just going to do like the top portion of it and go from there. I also got her the same scope that I put on mine. If you haven't watched that video, here it is. The reason why I did that is I wanted everything the same between the bows. That way, you know, it's fluid. She'll also be shooting the Luminac arrows. These will just be for practice or play around with kind of thing. So without further ado, I'm going to start working on getting these accessories off so I can put this vinyl in here. So let's get after it. Wrenches here. Oh, I hope I can do this without messing anything up. Things you do for keep everything attached to the bow because it's technically hers. She should open everything and give you the rundown. What's nice about buying it from Cabela's is it's already assembled. It doesn't come in a box, so you don't have to deal with all that crap. They just zip tie that to it. I have some more. So I might not not be doing this at all, guys. So I can get this in here. So this is going to be long and tedious. I'm going to get to work and I'll bring you back later. Alright guys, as you should be able to see, I took off everything that I'm going to put Muddy Girl on. So I got the picnic rails, the finger guards, the hand grip, the crank, and then the quiver mount. But I think I'm going to take the bow part off of this, make it easier, because that bow I can't lay this thing on the side. So let me do that. Oh, the fancy Allen wrenches I have didn't go small enough, so I had to use this not so good Pittsburgh Allen set. But nonetheless, let's take this off. My wife gets off work in an hour. She's never on time though, so hopefully this will be done before she gets home on this beautiful Saturday. That way I can hide it until our anniversary. I think it's 2 weeks away. So out comes the bolt and the locking washer. Now, here's the riser that I'm going to be putting vinyl on. So let's get to it. Alright, so I've had this out in the sun. I got 3 sheets of this. I think I'm only going to need 1 sheet aside. But I wanted to make sure I had enough just in case. And I also have some left over from the last thing I did with that. But I had this in the sun. The reason why you put it in the sun is it relaxes it. So it was rolled up, as you guys saw earlier. It's been in the sun for, I don't know, 20 minutes, and it's nice and flat. It's ready to work with. Alright, another thing is you need an X-Acto blade. I have one. I have no idea where it's at. So I got just utility knife blades, and then I found my wife's Cricut X-Acto knife. She has a Cricut. She does a lot of cool stuff with that. So I'm going to be borrowing this. Need a heat gun. Okay, so the heat gun just helps the adhesive, right? And then if you screw up a lot like I do, you can heat it up and kind of move it. So that way you get out wrinkles and whatever else. Another thing I always do, I don't know if you have to do it or not, but I always clean it off with some rubbing alcohol before I do vinyl. It might ruin the finish of whatever you're putting vinyl on, so do it at your own risk. But you're putting vinyl on it, so I don't see why that matters. But nonetheless, first thing I'm going to do, like I said, is I'm going to clean this off. So just get enough of it on there. Like I said earlier, I'm just going to do the riser. I don't even know what this is called. I'm going to call it the riser, the stock. The part you hold on to when it's a bow, it's a riser. The part you hold on to when it's a gun, which crossbow isn't a gun, but you shoot it like a gun, it is called the stock. So whatever you want to call it, I don't care. Just rinse it down, gets the dirt, dust, whatever off of it. So now that that's done, get rid of this. Alright, so now there's the fun part. We're trying to get this vinyl to line up good. Like I said, I'm not good at this. I'll do my best though. Careful. I don't know. maim yourself here. So I got the vinyl done. Took me a lot longer than I wanted. To me it looks like crap. It always does. I don't know why I do this to myself. I should just pay the $200 or whatever it is to get them dipped, but whatever. I gotta get this together real quick. I'm probably not gonna be able to put the scope and everything on it today because it's getting real close to my wife getting home, so I'm gonna put the stuff on it and I'll check in with you guys. Alright guys, so it is back together. Total, it probably took me 2.5 hours. It does not look the greatest. Like I said, not real good with vinyl, but if you look at it from a distance, it looks great. It's a thought that counts, right? Any woman would be lucky to have a man to purple her hunting equipment for her. I'm gonna try to shoot it once, make sure that everything works as it should, and then I gotta hide it because she's gonna be on her way home here shortly. So, and then I probably won't be able to get back with you guys until Monday because she is off tomorrow. So, wish me luck. Real quick, I bought 3 sheets. I ended up only using 1 because I cut 2 of them in half and used the more purpley parts instead of the black. The black probably would have hidden my imperfections better, so I probably should have done that, but I was thinking of her and how she likes pink and purple. So anyways, got crap more vinyl in case I have to do anything else, which I hope I don't because this sucks. But like I said, I'm gonna go shoot it, make sure I didn't screw anything up, and then once I do that, I'm gonna hide it, and I'll be back with you guys on Monday. So I one shot with it. It worked fine. The only thing is this crank isn't all the way in because the vinyl's in the way. I'm gonna have to fix that. And then this rope, I don't know how well you can see that, but that messed up the vinyl on the top. So I'm gonna fix that and then hide this thing. So I'll see you Monday. Alright, so I fixed the crank. It's in there all the way now, and I cut off this vinyl that was up here. Now it doesn't look as good, but it's not gonna look good with it rubbed off. So I gotta hide this thing now. And then Monday I'll put the scope on it. And I'll try to sight it in, put it in the case, put the sling on it, and then we'll have to wait a couple weeks until I give it to her. So, see you Monday. Alright guys, it is Monday. I'm going to change out the scope on her crossbow now to match the one I have. That way it's fair and the same across the board. It's also just a better scope. So now I'm going to have 2 Halo 4x32 crossbow scopes if you know anybody that's interested. Fun fact, our anniversary is during opening weekend of bow season. P380. I put the vinyl on it. Doesn't look the greatest, but you know what? Don't look at it up close. Put the scope on it. So now what we got to do is solder in. So I'm going to set up a target in the backyard and go see what we can do. Alright guys, so I got it sighted in. I followed the same process I did with the scope on my Crossbow, so if you are interested you could watch that video. All sighted in, the only thing left to do is put this sling on it. So I got a 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗀𝗃 comfort stretch sling. So I mean, you guys probably watch me put a couple slings on if you've been watching my videos. If not, slings are easy. You just loosen that up, push it in. Now you got that post, you just put it through the hole. Now she's got the sling on it, she can adjust it to what she wants. All I gotta do is put it in the case. So I'm gonna put this case together here. This is the 𝗫𝗄𝗫𝗄𝗃 Crossbow case. Doesn't look like there's much to it. Get one foam pad and some buckles here. So I'm gonna put that together and then I'll check in with you guys. So I was just gonna check in with you guys after I got this together, but I figured I could show you this. It just comes with 2 foam pads, really crappy instructions, and then 3 sets of straps. These straps here literally are, they come apart. So there's 2 pieces. All you do, all I'm gonna do anyways, is I just line it up. As you can see that, so the buckle hits that so it can't come through. And then now, once that bow gets in there, you can Velcro it. So basically just doing that where you want them, putting the foam pads where you need it. So I got it put together, put the longer straps in the back, that folds in there like a taco. And we put these straps here, this pad just sits here, and then you put, oh, I'm going to show you. So I put these straps here, this pad just sits right here, which is weird. And then they give you these little straps because you're supposed to put your quiver under this pad. So I'm going to grab everything, put it in here, and seal it up, and we'll see how it works. Alright, ladies and gents, there it is in the padding. Just sitting on that pad. The quiver is under there, but it's not, the bow's not resting on it, so that's cool, so it kind of stays out of the way. Only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the rangefinder I use to sight this bow in with. If I can, I don't know where this is going to fit, but put it right here. I'm then going to put in the 100 grain Magnus stingers that I use to sight it in. I use this top one, the other 2 are fresh from the pack. That doesn't matter, sharpen your broadheads. If you haven't watched my Stay Sharp sharpening guide video, watch that now, you'll be surprised. Got those broadheads in there. And then the information that came with it. I was going to keep on the bow, but then I had to take off to do the vinyl and sight it in anyways. So that way she has all her stuff here. And shove that inside there. that is it. Took the Barnett 𝗫𝗄𝗃, took everything off of it, put 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃 vinyl on it, changed out the scope to the TruGlo OptiSpeed scope, sighted it in. She's got the bow, quiver, 3 Luminac arrows, broadheads that we're going to sharpen, all the information, and the rangefinder that I used to sight this in. Now that rangefinder, I mean, ain't really part of the gift, but I mean, it was my old one and she was going to use it this year anyways, so I just threw it in here. Now the only thing to do is wait like a week, or yeah, I think a week, and then give it to her and hope she likes it. Stay tuned.
Alright guys, welcome back to Mad Outdoor Adventures. We are here at a state park in Ohio getting ready to sight in the new scope that my husband just put on the Crossbow. We're going to be sighting in today the TruGlo scope that he just put on, so did you buy me one too?
Mine sure ain't purple.
So we're going to be sighting this bad boy in. Stay tuned.
Are you not happy with it?
You bought this for me the whole time?
No, that's the second one. That one was all black. And I had to take the whole thing apart and put vinyl on it. Put it all back together. I already sighted it in for you with field tips and broadheads.
Where?
In the backyard. I put a fancy scope on it, just like I put on mine. You can change this so that way you can, it's like an AR. See how it says 20, 30, 40, 50?
Mm-hmm.
And then, look.
Oh, that's sweet.
I got you 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗀 sling. I got you some broadheads. That's to decock it. You got the Luminac arrows, the rangefinder that you're going to use, owner's manual.
It's so pretty. Is it the same one that you had?
It's called the XP380. Mine's the DRT385. It's literally the same thing. It's just this one was all black. That's dirt from when I was sighting it in.
I thought it was Camo. Thanks, baby.
Happy anniversary.
Thanks, baby. Hi guys, welcome back to Mad Outdoor Adventures. We are home from our getaway trip to Ohio, and I wanted to go over this bow that I was surprised with for our anniversary. So I got the, if I can get it out, the case is big, the Barnett 𝗫𝗄𝗃. It may look a little different than you see it, because my wonderful husband, of course, wrapped it for me in the Muddy Girl pink camo. He did have to take this entire thing apart, so unscrew everything off of here to make it look so wonderful. A little bit about this Crossbow. So this does have an adjustable stock on it. It goes from about 34 to 37 inches in overall length. It does also have about a 6-pound weight to it, so when you're carrying it, it is pretty light. It's only 6 pounds, which makes it really convenient to get through the woods with. It does have also a silent trigger. They pride themselves on the silent pull trigger. It does also have a quiet or a silent safety on it, so when you cock it, when the safety goes from safe to fire, it is really, really quiet. which we'll try to show you guys when we go shoot it. So as far as the scope, it came with a Halo 4x32. My husband did add a TruGlo scope to it for me. With the TruGlo scope, does have much better crosshairs, and they do actually light up, which is really cool. When you look through it, it also has the numbers listed on the scope. So overall, we did like the TruGlo scope a lot better than the one that came with it, but the one that came with it most definitely will do. It does have the trigger technology like I talked about earlier. The draw weight is about 185 pounds. It does come also with, it did come with this quiver, but my husband did equip me with these arrows with, of course, lighted nocks on the end. So the quiver does come with it. The case was sold separately, obviously, so my husband got me the case for it. Besides that, this does have the crank for cocking. So when you're going to cock this one of the nice things about it is it has the crank technology. So on here, you'll see that it has a nice gripped footrest. You're going to put your foot on here, and then to cock it, you are going to use the cranks. I'll show you how this all operates when we go outside. The last thing I wanted to mention is the sling. So this crossbow did come with clips built on, which makes it super convenient for you to add a sling to it. Slings are really important for safety when you're carrying through the woods. So my husband was able to quickly and easily attach this really nice Muddy Girl sling that is nice and soft, and I'm excited to use it. So we're gonna go outside and give it a shot before it gets dark out. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so we are about 20 yards from the back fence. And I'm going to show you how this works. So this does have, like I talked about earlier, the anti-slip footrest on here. You can see it is nice and sturdy. So this does have the crank technology. When you are using the crank, you're going to take this switch to off. Really simple, really quiet. And then I do help it start to unreel a little bit. Once I get it going, I'm gonna feed my string on the line, roll this down until I get to the strings on both sides. Oops. So once I have them in place, I'm gonna flip this back to the on position and use the crank. It is about a 3-pound crank, so it's not very hard to crank it up. So once you heard that click, you can go ahead and flip this back to the off position. That will alleviate that tension and allow you to take off your clips and reattach to the clip rest. With that 3-pound crank weight, we were quickly and easily able to crank this back. When you crank it back, it does switch this automatically to safe. It is a pretty silent switch, so you will notice that it is on safe, so make sure that when you're going to fire, you do put it in fire. We are going to knock an arrow now. So to do so, the odd color vein always goes down. There is a little brush looking thing in here. Make sure you never put your fingers inside that area right in here. You're going to push this all the way back. As far as it will go. Just like that. Money. All right, guys, to recap, this is one fun crossbow to shoot. My first shot with it was able to get right in the center. I definitely recommend a better scope. Like I said, we put on a TruGlo scope. I love lighted nocks, so definitely recommend lighted nocks. This bow right now with the new arrows and lighted nock is shooting about 355 feet per second. With the arrows that came with it, it was shooting about 380 feet per second. These do just have a little bit more weight to them than what came with the bow. When you shoot this, the trigger is really, really smooth. There is no really pull. You can pull it really quickly. Pull it back nice and smooth. Love the trigger technology that they put on this. Also, this rest is super comfortable, fits on your shoulder well. As you can see, it has a nice shape to it, has some rubber here to absorb any shock, but there is really no kick when you shoot this. So overall, super fun to shoot. Can't wait to get a deer with it this year. If you liked today's video, go ahead and give us that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel below. As always, thank you for watching, and we will find you on the next adventure.